The year is 2002. Michael Jackson is named Artist of the Century by the AMAs. The Patriots play the Rams in Super Bowl 36, defeating them on a Vinatieri field goal as time expires to win Tom Brady his first of 7 rings. SpaceX was founded by Elon Musk with the goal of reducing space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. And finally, the Sanyo SCP-5300 became the very first cell phone to have a built-in camera to be released in the US, and the world would never be the same again. Almost forgot. Bloodfin Garrison of the 501st is born. In this video, we go over Bloodfin history starting with the year 2009. 2009 was a busy year in our history. We had a squad form, updated our logo and created a joint venture with the local Rebel Legion base, Mos Espa base. So sit back, relax and listen as we navigate these changes that will change the shape of Bloodfin forever.
TK2390, Brian Messarch, past Legion Commander here, wishing Bloodfin Garrison a happy 20th anniversary. In my time with Bloodfin Garrison, some of my favorite troops were the author signings, which usually happened at the Carmel Barnes & Noble. In 2009, Joe Schreiber came to town with Death Troopers, and we zombied up, bloodied our armor, and had a good old Halloween time. In 2006, Karen Travis came to town with Bloodlines. Her plane was late, they lost her luggage, she got to the Barnes & Noble late, but Barnes & Noble stayed open, and everyone got their book signed, and even though she was exhausted, she came to the Ram with us for some food and drink. She talked to us for hours. We finally got her dropped off at her hotel. She was so grateful that she specifically thanked us in her book Revelation, and honored us by naming a Star Destroyer, the Bloodfin, after us. Those were some really good memories. Happy 20th anniversary.
We say we are Bloodfin and we are family a lot. It is true. Now mind you, families do tend to argue and bicker. We are no different. One of our most famous, or infamous, squabbles came in the form of recognition and identity, or lack of. Our brothers and sisters in the northern part of our garrison felt abandoned and isolated due in part, because of travel distances and feeling of lack of a voice in garrison matters. The formation of the Northern Darkness Squad came from this struggle along with one of the best logos Legion-wide. The first squad leader was Jonathan Herrera. The squad formed with 13 members and was the 21 most northern counties in the state of Indiana.
This is TB 44319, Burning River Squad of the Ohio Garrison. I'd like to say happy congratulations to Bloodfin Garrison on 20 years of service to the Empire.
The events leading up to this split and events afterwards are tumultuous at best. It is important to talk about this event as it is a part of the history, but reliving it is best left alone. We now move on to the next event in Bloodfin's history. That event was the redesign of the Bloodfin logo that we know of today. We sat down with our 4th CO, Charlie Carlson, and asked him about the logo creation process.
When I joined, there was a couple members that just really hated that logo. It just didn't make any sense to some of the people. So we decided to, again, when I became CO, I basically ran it across the, boards. Hey, a few people have been wanting to change the logo. So is everybody up for a logo change? And they were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's put it to a vote. If everybody wants a new logo, then what we'll do is what we did is we had a contest. We had people create logos, and then everybody voted on a logo, and that's how the new logo came about. Me and Wendy decided to design one. I think Matt Page designed one up north. I don't really remember if we had any other entries, but the two that people voted on was the one that Matt Page put forth and the one that me and Wendy created. So we hand drew that one. She drew one side and then I did the cog on the other side, and we knew this guy who did decals for trucks and stuff, and gave it to him, and he cleaned it up and turned it into whatever format we needed to make it. And that's how that came about. Everybody voted for that one won, so we created that logo. We took Matt's design though and we put it on a t-shirt.
Greetings, Bloodfin Garrison. This is Tom Hutchins, Mandalore the Uniter from the Mandalore Emeralds Costume Club. Just wanted to reach out and say happy 20th birthday. Congratulations, that's awesome. And the Mandalorian Mercs look forward to working with you for another 20 years. So keep it up, and remember, this is the way.
Now that Bloodfin has a new logo to define our identity, it is time to go over the story on how we came to align ourselves with the true bad guys of Star Wars, the Rebel Legion, Mos Espa base. We will hear how this alliance came together from interviews done with Charlie Carlson, Ron Mitchell, John Kendrick, and Matt Hoffman.
In the old days of the Garrison, most of the guys looked at the Rebel Legion as, just a bunch of, guys in bathrobes and plastic lightsabers. So they really didn't, have too much respect from the Legion. So when I met Matt, he kind of told me how he was being treated and how the Rebel side of it was being treated. And I really didn't care for that too much. So he was telling me that there was another group, I forget which group it was, that combined both the Rebel and the Legion side of it onto one forum. So I was like, yeah, well, we should do that. We should just combine, because that's what Star Wars is all about. It's not all about the Imperial, it's also about, the rebellion. So basically that's how that came about. I got with Matt and I said, hey, I don't think we had a Rebel base at the time here. So I said, what do we need to do to get a Rebel base?
And I'm like, well, okay, we need to have X number of members and they have to be active, and we file the process and then it gets approved and we move on. And I was LCO at the time, which worked out really well for us. And so we got you only need 10. I think you only needed 10 members at the time. I think we got 12. That was like one of the last things that I did as LCO in 2009 was approve Mos Espa base.
So Matt Hoffman was pretty active in the Rebel Legion and came up, and one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to start that bond between Rebel Legion and Bloodfin in Indiana, because everyone is like Star Wars, and I just thought everyone should be together. And I gave Matt my Tusken to join the 501st. So that got him into the 501st and helped get him part of it. So, and then Charlie and Chris have taken it even farther. I know it's called like Star Wars Indiana now, and it's not really, each group has its own identity, but it's all under one umbrella.
I remember in the early days, we had a troop. It was actually for Greenwood's 4th of July celebration. And it was the first time I had met Matt Hoffman. And at the time, I think he was LCO for the Rebel Legion. And he was trying to start, Indiana's Rebel Legion chapter. And so he was begging me to kind of help join because I had a clone trooper costume. So he was wanting me to be a, dual member of both groups. It was shortly after that he had acquired enough members to be able to go ahead and start one. And so we had membership on both sides of the coin, and it was just one of those things that felt really natural to be able to combined both the Rebel Legion and the 501st in Indiana, because
Alabama at that time had a really strong connection between the garrison and the base, and so we kind of followed their lead. They had Star Wars Alabama, and I was like, well, what do we want to do? And because Charlie and I were both like, we're better together. You've got to have both sides of these things. People will always ask, when Darth Vader and Stormtroopers are there, where's Luke, where's Leia, where's whoever? So you've got it. We're better together, and that was kind of the feeling that we went on with it. we wouldn't have done it without Charlie. Like he was the maestro of the whole thing, and was like, what do we need to do this thing? You know, we need to get a rebel base here in Indiana, and then we took it to the next level of making it a joint thing, and that was super important.
Hey there, I'm Tony Troxel, one of the founding members of the Rebel Legion. I am here today because it is the 20th anniversary of Indiana's very own Bloodfin Garrison, part of the 501st Legion. And I just would like to say congratulations. Probably 98% of the troops I have done over the years has been done with and alongside the Bloodfin Garrison, and there's no better group of bucketheads to be trooping alongside, I'll tell you that. So congratulations to all of you. Here's hoping you got 20 more years at least inside of you, and I'll see you at the next troop.
Happy 20th anniversary, Bloodfin Garrison. I think my favorite moment, just being with Bloodfin, I was still technically a rebel at the time, but we used to do, or we've done Nurses Week, where we go and visit some of the, we go and visit like IU Hospital and just go from floor to floor, just surprising all the nurses. And one of my favorite things to see was, you know, we'd go from floor to floor, and all of a sudden, here comes out of nowhere, here comes Darth Vader, and all the doctors and nurses just coming up and seeing us and saying hi, and then being able to go into some of the rooms and be able to, you know, say hey to some of the patients and just make their day, make everyone's day a little bit better. Those were really awesome, and with the pandemic, we haven't been able to do those, and I do miss those, but I'm hoping that before too long we can get back to doing those again sometime. So again, happy 20th anniversary.
Star Wars Indiana was the natural formation of the Star Wars fan groups. Since we formed the alliance, we have grown to include Takura clan of the Mandalorian Mercs under the Swin banner. As Hoffman puts it,
you know, just to know that we were better together.
In continuing with our timeline, our next Nexus event was the severed connection between the squad and Garrison. The year is 2012. Charlie Carlson is no longer CO of Bloodfin. Chris Graburn is the newly elected commanding officer. Northern Darkness Squad has now been going for 3 years. Sadly, our relationship between the Garrison as a whole and the squad continues to go downhill. This all came to a head when the Garrison CO, Chris, calls for a vote to dissolve the squad.
That's kind of how they got into being a Garrison, was really by me trying to dissolve the squad. The LCO at that time just thought it'd be easiest to make them a Garrison and pull them away.
So, just like that, we have 2 garrisons in Indiana, Northern Darkness Garrison, and Bloodfin Garrison. There is a lot more to this story that no one wants to rehash. We want to move forward growing our membership towards togetherness and friendship. Over the past few years there are a lot of shared trooping moments between the 2 garrisons that show healing is taking place. There will always be those, from either garrison, that will always hold a bit of hostile memories over the entire ordeal, but as a whole we all need to remember that we are part of the 501st Legion and our family under that banner. Families do not always get along, but if we continue to strive for the common goals of costuming, charity and community, we will be stronger as a Legion.
Hey everyone, hi, Joe Caroni here, Star Wars artist. I want to wish everyone in the Bloodfin Garrison happy 20th anniversary. I'm from Indiana originally, so I have a lot of friends in the Garrison, so I'm excited for you guys. It's 20 years is a long time, so be proud for your hard work and everything you do for all the Star Wars fans in the Midwest. Thank you, and may the Force be with you.
We end part 2 of Bloodfin 20 with a random photo montage of submitted photos from 2009 to 2015. We also have a few more well-wishers added. Enjoy!
Bloodfin, happy 20th. Love you guys. Been through thick and thin with this group, and one of the favorite moments of being in Bloodfin was meeting my wife. So, and also going to Star Wars weekends. That was pretty awesome. So, happy 20th, guys.
I'm Michelle Ward.
And I'm Brett Doctor.
From the Northern Darkness Garrison, wishing our friends at the Bloodfin Garrison
a happy 20th anniversary!
ID 71701. Official 501st members since September of 2021. Wanted to wish the Bloodfin Garrison an amazing 20th anniversary and looking forward to where the next 20 years will take us in our galactic adventures.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see my identification.
I don't need to see your identification.
You want to wish Bloodfin Garrison a happy 20th anniversary.
I want to wish Bloodfin Garrison a happy 20th anniversary.
Congratulations from Apollo Base
and Ohio Garrison.
Happy 20th anniversary, Bloodfin Garrison.
Have fun. Don't forget why you do it. It's to have fun. That's the point.